Today we're going to talk about generators. I purchased a new generator a few weeks ago. Had to purchase a new one because the one I had was not the right purchase and ended up leaving me disappointed. So there were things that I learned with that that I shared in a review, which I'll put a link to above. But also, I learned a lot about what I probably needed versus what I probably bought before. So I wanted to share that too. So today's video is going to be about the Champion hybrid open frame inverter generator, the 4,000 watt model. I'm John, welcome to my channel. This channel has hunting, fishing, cooking, RV trips, DIY tips, and a host of other things. So if you're into any of that, like and subscribe and I'll share content as I'm able. So making a purchase for a generator is a big deal. And if you're like me, you do a lot of research to try to make the best informed decision that you can, because these things are hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, depending on the application that you get. And so it pays to be smart and to be a smart shopper and to look at reviews and to watch videos like this. And I hope this video helps you in your decision to buy or to not buy. In my case, there are some key things that I picked up by being disappointed in my last generator that I wanted to make sure that I captured in the next buy. And so I'll jump right into it. I bought a Champion model. Champion seems to be a very reputable company. They seem to make, gear that lasts and has high reviews and seems to be well favored by people who own them. So that was a big deal. First, obviously, I got on the internet and looked at ratings and saw if people had issues, and then I weighed out those issues to my application and what I thought I would run into. And so this led me to try to look for a generator. I wasn't opposed to buying an inverter generator that was in kind of fully encased again, but the issues that I had last time is whenever I had to change the oil, I had to take the panel off. If I had to drain fuel, I had to take the panels off, and that's just an extra step that was kind of a pain in the neck for me. So when I came across this generator and it had an open frame design, everything's right there and it's easy to get to. So that was kind of a no-brainer for me. It's also light enough to where I could pick it up and handle it pretty easily by myself. I think it comes in at like 100 pounds, maybe a little less. Also, a really big deal for me, and this is probably the most valuable thing that I take away from using a generator, is draining the fuel out of the fuel system after use. That is key, in my belief, to making sure that you have a good running generator after you store it and you pull it out to use it again. And so with my last generator, I could not cut the fuel switch off. It had no fuel switch. And so fuel would just sit in the carburetor and sit in the lines, and that caused problems. This generator, the Champion, has a fuel shutoff switch. And so when I'm done with using the generator, I cut the fuel shutoff switch on while the generator is running, and it runs it out of fuel. And with that, I know fuel is out of the carburetor and I know it's out of the system. So I know that there's not any particles or fuel or gunk that's going to get built up on the carburetor and cause issues later on. This also, because there's fuel not in the system, it makes it easier to change the gas out in case you intend to use it in a couple of weeks, but it turns into 6 months, which, if you're like me, I promise is going to happen. The other thing that I like about this, it's an open frame generator. It's designed for RV use. It's got an RV plug built into it. You don't have to have, or an outlet built into it. You don't have to have any kind of special adapters or special anything like that. It's designed right there where you can plug a 30 amp plug right into the front of it. So that was great for me. The other generator I had, you had to use like this weird adapter thing to stick in, and then it was just there was a time where I went out to use the generator and didn't have the adapter. I left it in my garage. And then I couldn't even use the generator. So, you know, easy thing here. You just plug your 30 amp plug right into the front of the generator and away you go. What I also like about it, since it's an open frame design and it's an inverter, there's not that much difference in sound rating. I think it's only 5 or 10 decibels. And so sound rating with a generator means a lot, because you don't want to take a generator that sounds like, you know, a gang of Harleys out to a campground, because that'll get you in trouble pretty quick. Maybe not get you in trouble with the authorities, but I can promise you your fellow campers will be very angry at you, and you probably won't sleep well either, because if you're using a construction generator, those things are so loud that it's going to be mind-numbing. Not the case for the Champion hybrid inverter generator. It's really quiet and runs really smoothly. This particular model that I bought also, it does not come with an electric starter, but that's okay. I don't need that. You can buy one with an electric starter. I bought my generator on Amazon, and you could select different models and different things, what you needed based on your preference. But for me, I could flip the run switch on and pull the rope one time, and the generator cranks up, and there's no problem. So. Lastly, this thing ran my travel trailer really, really well. The generator that I had before seemed to be a little overpowered based on the application and the air conditioning unit that I have. I have a 10,000 BTU roof-mounted AC unit in my travel trailer. And as I started using my previous generator a lot, it would get bogged down and have issues running and all that. The Champion 4,000 watt, 3,500 watts needs to be a baseline to run a basic travel trailer. The 4,000 watt model that I have, that I bought from Champion, runs it like a champ, and it doesn't even really put a strain on it. The other generator, the smaller capacity generator, it would idle up and idle down and idle up and idle down as the AC compressor kicked on and off. The Champion doesn't seem to do that. Now, I haven't used it in the heat of summertime yet. That's coming here in a couple months. And I'll do a follow-up review and share with you guys, you know, how things are progressing. But over the couple months that I've had this generator already, I'm highly pleased, highly pleased. It's a great product, and I would recommend it to anybody. So my recommendation, 2 thumbs up for the Champion 4,000 watt hybrid open frame inverter generator. Thanks for watching.